All right, so let's be remiss if we didn't talk about the hottest topic these days, which is artificial intelligence. Talk a little bit about your experience with that, what y'all are doing with it, and maybe where you see it going.
Well, artificial intelligence is an interesting subject. I mean, I personally learned a lot about it over the past few years because of some of the forecasting work that we've done with the engine scrap rate, some of the other tools that have grown out of that. And so, learning how it works and big data and,
Right.
nothing's changed about, the old garbage out, garbage in, garbage out. It's the same as a access database as far as that goes. I mean, artificial
Yeah.
intelligence just allows you to make a dumb decision faster, I think, is pretty much what it does. But if you have data structure, and of course there's been a lot of advances in data structure now, to even where that's so much, data is so much more accessible now than it was even a few years ago. So the AI part of it, though, for us was just more about, look, let's make sure that we've got all the right parameters in this thing to forecast, scrap rates, for example, and then let AI go in and learn as we iterate, time after time after time. And so, our forecasting models are much more accurate. Scrap rates would be
Hmm.
65 to 70% accurate, when we before we, improve the technologies. But
Wow.
now we're in the high 80% range most of the time. So, which is pretty accurate. We've been able to reduce inventory levels significantly. I mean, hundreds of millions of
Hmm.
dollars, because we're not buying stuff we don't need, and we're much more. It also helps the supply chain in terms of demand, because I can
Hmm.
tell some of these suppliers way in advance, this is what I'm going to need. And so their production cycle, because they don't want to build mountains of inventory either. I think there's one thing in
Right.
common across the industry: everybody burned off excess
That's
inventory
right.
during COVID. Like, don't let a good crisis go to waste, right?